All right, welcome to another edition of Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting. It is I, DJ Impact, and Cincinnati Steve. It's you and I for the original crew. We have Matt Michaels and Simon Streeter out. They are sick, so we do wish them to get better. But we got some great friends with us. We got Rob, who's been on our show, local Las Vegas comedian. Yes, he's going to be here. Happy that you're with us, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, and we have our honorary bad boy, John himself, with us. How you doing, John?
Doing good, DJ. Thank you for having me on. For those of you on video, you can see me in my blue bad boy shirt. So in the dojo that is DJ Impact, I'm a blue belt. I'm training hard to make it to a black belt bad boy for life.
It's coming, man. It's
Nice.
coming. Absolutely.
I got the
All
blue
right.
belt. I'm making my way up.
You're the best around.
You're
Exactly.
against little kids there. Okay.
So everybody, look, if you're watching this live, make sure you throw your comments in the chat box. We're live here on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So please put it in, and we'll try to get in as we see fit. All right. So with that, we're gonna do our regular wrestling talk, and we always start with the four-way stop. Okay, Sin City Steve, boy, you got a pro panel with you today, so it just should be fun. What do you got for your highlights for the week?
All right, Tetsuya Naito is the winner of the New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax 33 tournament. Naito defeated Kazuchika Okada in a 37-minute match that was compelling throughout. And yes, DJ Impact, this is how you do a 30-plus minute main event match. Okay.
Absolutely.
You keep the audience enthralled the entire time. Anyway, Naito winning the match against Okada as well as the tournament itself is massive. He's now secured an IWGP World Championship match on January 4th at Wrestle Kingdom at the Tokyo Dome. And this match came one day after Naito wrestled and defeated Will Ospreay in a 30-minute match in the semifinals. So, dude put on a show the last 2 days of the tournament, especially.
Okay.
Elsewhere, the Jericho Appreciation Society is no more. Dynamite kicked off with all the members of the JAS walking out on Jericho one by one, last of which being Sammy Guevara. You know, it's really going to be interesting to see how they spin everyone off and if they get over outside of the shadow of Jericho. I definitely have hopes for Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara. And ironically enough, after the segment, Jericho was stopped in the hallway by Renee and Don Callis. Jericho setting the stage for next week, saying that he would give Callis his answer on joining the Don Callis family next week on Dynamite.
Jericho also set himself up for memes forever now.
Absolutely.
Well, you know what, John? Let me go to you, man. What was your highlight for the week?
Okay, so I'm going to steal one from Robin Hood Men in Tights. So unlike most WWE longtime fans, I am a fan of all pro wrestling. So we're going to keep this fair across the board. First, Monday Night Raw. The continuity that went from the opening segment through the end of Monday Night Raw, all 3 hours between Seth, Cody Rhodes, Sammy, and then Shinsuke Nakamura with the whole thing with the Judgment Day. Really love the continued storytelling, and then also the swerve at the end with Shinsuke. We had all the baby faces celebrating. Shinsuke did kind of like plant the seed a little bit earlier in the show when he offered to join Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. I loved it. Great continuity for a 3-hour block. Sticking with Monday Night Raw in the Intercontinental title eliminator match, Chad Gable overcoming Vince McMahon lore by winning in his hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and then also carrying his little son around the ring. I'm being a father myself, got a little misty-eyed in that.
Sure.
Switch on over to Dynamite. I'm going to give the Lucha Bros against the Blackpool Combat Club, which should have been the main event. That was my main event. Did not agree with the finish, but if you're going to go over on Pentagon, what better way than to mess with his mask? And then switching over to AEW Collision, which for the record, I have bought tickets for back-to-back weeks in Seattle and Salt Lake City. Wow. The House of Black against CMFTR for the Trios title match. You have Brody Lee being AEW's version of Gunther with his chops. And then my highlight, Joe coming out and choking out Punk. Phenomenal match. There it is.
All right. Good stuff. Rob, what highlight you got for the week?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that last one. Reviving that CM Punk Samoa Joe, all the way going back from Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
That is long-term storytelling, and I like if you're gonna buy a smaller promotion that you can now continue on with that storyline. It's not a WWE thing where we're just gonna bury it now. So that was good. That was really good, and also it's another way to have two good teams fight. You have all your spots, and nobody loses, because it was a run-in. So I don't have to worry about, well, which team is better. You could save that for a later time. Again, long-term storytelling. I could go back to that and have those two guys fight it out and not feel slighted, because it was exciting. It was exciting. And no one's talking about Jey Uso just quitting. I have not liked what WWE did by putting all their eggs in one basket with the bloodline. But damn it, it is so annoying that I have to keep watching every week, because I'm like, nah, I don't need to do this anymore. I'm not going to feed into the. What did he do this time? What did he do this time? All right, now he's quitting.
Deuces, oozes. I'm out.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what to do with this now, because now I know it's going to be a payback thing.
But Rob, I'm glad to see that would made your highlight, and not your WTF. That means you was excited to see Jay there, and he made the move he made. So I'm with it.
But I think it's a both at the same time. I'm happy and annoyed at the same time.
Okay.
You know what it was like? It was like watching a porno, and then afterwards you're like, dude, what did I just do? I just watched this. Let me go clean up now. It's a happiness, and you're like, oh, quit. Ooh. And then Shinsuke, I like it. That's what
she said.
I like it. It's good. Long term, I hope he's going to be able to do something about this, because his mic skills are not the greatest. But I think he's going to be a good heel.
Okay. No doubt. Let's go right into our Too Sweet for the week. All right, so this time, John, I'm going to start with you, man. Tell me, what was too sweet?
All right, Too Sweet for the week goes to MJF in that trampoline segment with Adam Cole, going full Bully Madison in the dodgeball, nailing the kids, but going, I'm your dad, bam, nailing a kid. I slept with your mom, bam, nailing a kid. And then for it to come full circle with a little girl telling Adam Cole that only, that nerds would come here if you're an adult. And then Adam Cole being like, go ahead and take this one out. That whole segment, comedy gold, take my money, please, for All In. And then also I'm just going to give a shout out to RVD, 52 years old, showing us the greatest hits, even though we didn't get a Van Daminator. But then also him trolling the internet the day after for making fun of his dad bod by showing that he has a six-pack. So good job for RVD on that one.
He's shredded as hell.
Yeah, he is.
I've
good for
him. He
him.
lives here in Vegas. He's ripped.
Yeah.
We know what helps with the gains. I mean, he's all in the recovery. Good for him. I'm going to give one for NXT. The Mustafa Ali Axiom match. Really love the spot where you had Ali catch Axiom with in a jackhammer, and then Axiom responds by hitting a Canadian Destroyer, following a moonsault on the floor. I thought that was the highlight for NXT right there. And then also the LA Knight Miz segment of Monday Night Raw. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings on how that went, who won, the mic skills on the segment, but it's a way to highlight both of them. And it shows once again why the Miz is so good on the mic, why he's had a 20-year career in the WWE. And like a Dolph Ziggler, when in need, you can always tag him in and he's ready to go. So loved it.
Yeah. That was good stuff. I love that. And hey, this is another step for LA Knight to get to the level of where they're trying to get him to. Sin City Steve.
Yeah.
What do you got for your Too Sweet?
All right. So to echo some points that were mentioned earlier, House of Black versus CMFTR was fucking fantastic. That match was 27 minutes of good trios wrestling. It wasn't a spot fest. It wasn't a bloodbath. It didn't rely on shock value. It was just good wrestling. So I highly recommend, if you got some time, go seek that one out. And obviously the ending to the match, we all talked about it. It's awesome what they're building, and you can see how things are going. Elsewhere, Ricky Starks cut an in-ring promo to kick off Collision. I fucking love what they're doing with Ricky Starks. Having him be this brash, just dick-headed heel. Absolutely no respect for any of the legends. Obviously, we saw what he did with Jushin Liger, snatching the Owen Hart trophy out of his hands. And then last week, when he beat the shit out of Ricky Steamboat with his own belt. He took Ricky Steamboat's own belt off of him and whipped the shit out of him. Yeah, I mean, you can see that they are really they're really getting behind this guy. And the promo that he dropped at the start of this week was absolutely great, pun intended. Also, RVD. We talked about him as well, but the fact is he's in his 50s. Yes, you can tell that he's lost a step, but damn it, he can still go better than half of the freaking legends that they bring in on any show, no matter what it is, no matter who it is. He's awesome, and props to him. So
absolutely.
All right, Rob, give me some two sweets.
I gotta say the match with I'm blanking out right now. The match with the Lucha Brothers. Lucha Brothers match is good because it does what it needs to do. It's another one. You need to keep steam going for the Blackpool Combat Club. We need to be reminded that they're heels. And these guys are heels. For a while, they were kind of ambiguous heels. They were just kind of like, they were doing this old Stone Cold thing where they're just aggressive. But ripping off the mask, perfect. Perfect way to end it. Perfect way to cement who they're supposed to be. The RVD match was, we knew he wasn't going to get a belt, but the guy's in the ring. He's performing is he a little bit slower? Maybe. But then I'm thinking to myself, is he slower, or is Jungle Boy Jack Perry not able to keep up? Because Jack Perry was really getting ragdolled for most of that match, and RVD was taking his time with him. I think he was handling him with kid gloves. I don't think that was a knock against RVD. I think it was Jack Perry not being able to perform at that level. Plus, RVD, I met the guy. He's gigantic. You don't think it. You think, oh, there's bigger wrestlers than him. No, the guy is huge, and he is shredded. Not for, oh, he's 52. You still got it. No, the guy is good. I don't think he was wrestling slow. I think he was just trying to allow Jack Perry to, stay face and look good. I mean, he beat him with a nut shot. Hello. Yeah. D looks like he's having no. RVD did his job, and LA Knight. That idea that LA Knight is some, Miz called him an Attitude Era reject or whatever. What are you kidding me? That's a compliment.
Thank you.
Entertaining all the way around. Nobody complained back then about them not being entertaining. Miz is a professional jobber. That's what he is, and that's what he's good for.
All right. I probably would have threw in the Too Sweet, the Ricochet and Chad and Matt Riddle and Tommaso Ciampa match. I maybe would have threw that in, but apparently y'all didn't see that. I know, John, you did mention that for your.
It's my four-way stop. I had to.
Yeah, I mean, but it's all right. All right, now I'm gonna have to really be on guard here because I'm feel the BS is about to start. And Rob, I'm gonna you.
All right.
Okay, so here we go with the WTFs of the week. All right, so what WTFs do you have?
That's the same one I said was still good. It's the Usos, because you're circling down the drain. Again, it's like drugs. It's like jerking off. You're like, yes, it was. All these things are entertaining in the moment. If you're looking at, again, long storytelling, the long storytelling is Roman Reigns is not doing anything with that belt. Roman Reigns is playing it safe. He's taking the low road where he's putting out the least injury on his body. You know, Daniel Bryan's gone. Daniel Bryan shows up once in a while. They don't even mention him anymore because he's got so many injuries. And maybe that's what Roman Reigns is trying to do. He's trying to preserve himself. And if that's the case, great. But as a storytelling thing, it's annoying. It's annoying that an entire company is wrapped up in this stupid story, and there's nothing else that comes close to the level of a Bloodline story for that company. Now, don't get me wrong. AEW's thing is amazing banger matches, and the stories go 3 weeks and they're off. WWE's been dragging this out for 3 years, and now they're just running on steam.
Look, dude, if it was really that bad, okay, do you believe that they would be still selling out arenas, that fans would be really involved into it? I mean,
you know, I've always said this. I've always said this about this.
Yeah.
I once had a teacher give me a C+, and she goes, I should have failed you, but you usually do an A. That's what WWE is. They're riding off the shiny logo, and the logo is very shiny, and they know how. By the way, WWE knows how to market themselves better than anybody else. They are literally the Donald Trump of wrestling. It's like, yeah, we know you know how to get your name out. First of all, we're the biggest wrestling company. There's nobody else out there. There's nobody else out there, and you know this. That and AEW was very nasty to me. They were very nasty to me, and
we're going to sue China.
Them. We're going to sue them. And all of the wrestlers come from China. This is true. You know this. You all know this.
Rob, you're crazy, man.
Yes, Rob.
Do I have to go get the wig and the suit? I got it in the car.
All right. Let me go over to you, John. What WTFs you have for the week?
Okay, I'm going to channel my inner Matt Michaels, them not being here. Steve, I apologize, but I'll keep this fair between both brands.
All right.
WTF to Tony Khan and his booking with the AEW women's division. He is going full Oprah right now. You get a main event. You win the title. You get a main event. You lost the title, but you get a bye in this tournament for All In. WTF. Even before Bully Ray said it on Busted Open, when Sheeta and Tony Storm was the main event a week and a half ago, that was knee-jerk booking without storytelling. And I love Sheeta. She carried that women's division during the pandemic. She deserves that shine, but she also deserves it better, much like Tony Storm deserved it better in her 2 reigns as champion. So the champion has to defend her title to advance in the tournament to defend the title at All In, and Tony Storm invokes her rematch clause and gets an automatic bye. WTF that whole situation. It doesn't matter. Sheree is going to win All In anyway, and then everything's out the window. And then also keeping it completely fair across companies. WTF to the Karrion Kross AJ Styles match on SmackDown. I love both of them. That is one of those matches where, me as a fan wins. I don't know if somebody got their bell rung, what happened, but there was a lot of miscommunication, misfirings, and potential injuries that could have happened in that match. So WTF to that. But once again, big WTF also signs point to AEW and the women's division because it deserves better with the talent that they have.
I haven't watched, this was my first time watching a little bit of Collision this weekend. And by the way, they actually have a nice set.
Best show in AEW.
Yeah. That was a nice set. I do want to pick just a little bit, and maybe I'm just nitpicking. I don't know. But it had to be when Christian was in the ring with Luchasaurus, right? So the storyline is going, look, you are not going to get another TNA shot. Leave me alone. Stop bothering me. And he was like, he made a joke about how he heard Darby says, hey, the reason why I paint half of my face is because I feel dead inside. And Christian said a dope line. I thought it was pretty funny that, you're going to mess around and get your other face painted, and then it'll be all over. So I'm liking what I'm hearing. But then Darby comes out, he attacks Luchasaurus and didn't even really beat him down, just attacked him a little bit. And then he says, Christian, give me a match. And Christian just goes, okay, you got a match. I'm confused. You just went and said the whole time in the ring, you're never going to get a match. And by the way, why would not Darby attacked Christian. Now, if he attacked the Christian and beat him down, then I can see Christian going, yes, you're getting the match. You never, blah, blah, blah. But he attacked Luchasaurus. He didn't even do a good job of that.
But that's the MJF method. That's the MJF method because it works every time. You insult MJF, he gives you a match. He turns over in like 60 seconds.
It would become full circle, and I would forgive it if Darby wins the title by Christian's little daughter costing him the match because who did she beat to win the title anyway? Bring her in. I'm okay with it.
All right. That was my Sis City, man. What you got?
All right. Since we're talking about that TNT title, at this point, the TNT title is just so freaking devalued. It really shouldn't surprise me, but I don't know if you guys are aware, but we actually had a TNT title match on Collision. Yeah, Luchasaurus successfully defended against Brock Anderson. What? Wait. Oh, you mean Arn's son, the guy that literally nepotism in action. Okay, great. Perfect. They tried to shoehorn it in. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, they tried to shoehorn it in because they were in Greensboro and the legacy that Arn had in that city, but still Brock Anderson and the word title match in the same sentence. What the fuck? It really can't just be storyline at this point with the AEW referees fucking up as much as they do. This past Wednesday, Dynamite referee Paul Turner. Paul Turner has been around forever. He actually ended the fucking main event 2 minutes early. There was still a spot in the match where I guess Angelo Parker was supposed to be trying to pull Anna Jay out of the ring, and Paul Turner thought that they had to go home right then and there. So instead of looking for the 2, he went ahead and put his hand down for that 3. And even Taz on commentary was like, what just happened? Because obviously he knew where they were in time relation. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, and also this coming week on Dynamite, we're getting a Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match, one of those brand collaborations. Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and wager that I'm going to mention that match in this segment next week.
Right.
What are the Vegas odds?
No shit. It's about as sure thing as it can get.
Let me glue 2 coins together, tails on both sides.
Oh shit. Jeff Jarrett and Jeff Hardy. It's
JEFFs.
Oh, he's got to go back to the old Impact insults where he goes, "Excuse me, Nero."
Oh man. All right.
That'd be awesome.
Let's get to the lookout. All right, let me go over to you, John. What are you looking out for, man? What are you excited for?
Okay, a few things to be on the lookout for is the snake-bitten WWE Tag Team Division, both sexes now. So you have Sami Zayn, or let's go before that. You have Kevin Owens, who's out with a fractured rib, and I did high school wrestling and football all 4 years. Anything with a rib is horrible because you can't really do anything except wait for it. So who truly knows when he'll be clear to come back? Yeah. Then you have Sami Zayn taken out storyline by JD McDonough. And if you've seen the still picture from it, he has a golf ball size, or he has a golf ball hanging off his elbow, a la John Cena SummerSlam 2013 when he wrestled Daniel Bryan. And they're saying that could be a bursa sac, it could be an issue with his bursa. I'm no doctor, but that looks like a torn tricep. And we've seen recently with CM Punk, if that's a torn tricep, you're out for a long time. So you had all this time to build to Kevin and Sami winning, dethroning the Usos after the.
Oh, we're getting some issues with
4 months later, and it's all
called it 2 minutes early.
We don't know now. Oh, you still hear me?
Yeah, you were just kind of dipping in and out a little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, so who knows what's happening there with his injury. Also, not Chelsea Green, but Sonya Deville out with a torn ACL. I'm really curious to see what or what Chelsea Green is going to do as far as who's going to be her replacement partner. So I'm on the lookout for that. And then also Ludwig Kaiser and Maxime Dupree. Before Kaiser wrestled Otis on Raw, there were some subtle hints there. Let's see what happens with Maxime Dupree.
Yeah. Ludwig is getting a little personality here, huh? Yeah. Let's see where that goes. All right. Rob, tell me, man, what you excited, man? What you looking forward to?
Shinsuke Nakamura. I really want him to do something. I hope maybe. We know that the Judgment Day's got kinks in the armor. It would be interesting, and he's wearing like black and purple now, if I'm not mistaken. Shinsuke, he's wearing black. It would be interesting to see him with Judgment Day. I'm interested to see what comes of that, because he doesn't have his English command is not that great. His command of English isn't great, so he's always said, I'm going to use gestures and subterfuge, and I'm going to try to compensate for that and still be something that some people want to see. So I'm interested in that one. With regards to the Usos, I'm looking at some sort of a brother versus brother at Payback, Uso versus Uso. I think they'll do that. That's pretty much, they're emailing that. They're like, hey, by the way, you already know what this is going to be. On AEW, Johnny Wrestling. What are we calling him again? Johnny something. He's Johnny
TV.
Johnny TV.
Johnny TV.
Drip.
I'm interested to see him get more of a spot. I mean, he's married to Taya Valkyrie in real life. Wherever she goes, he goes, and vice versa. So I'm interested to see him get more TV time, because he is still very, very entertaining, and he doesn't age.
No.
He looked the same forever. They need to pair him up with Rhino. Those two are just like time capsules of people. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do with him. I hope they give him, like, I'd like to see a TNT belt on him, just because he's so damn obnoxious that if they pair him up with Taya Valkyrie, I'd love to see that. And that's something I'm looking out for, because they're kind of making both of them heels. So that could be something to do. That would be a good spot.
Okay. Sissy Steve, man, what you looking out for?
So one thing that I have to point out that I never noticed until I caught the commentary, the Johnny TV Starship Pain move has been renamed to the Superstation, which is hilarious considering they're on TBS and TNT. So anyway. Collision. Powerhouse Hobbs cut a promo going back to the book of Hobbs, since that worked so well for him last time. Anyway, he said that the next chapter is redemption, and then called out Miro. Of course, the QTV goons got involved, obviously. And then Hobbs dropped Miro with an amazing spine buster. Obviously, this match is going to happen. I really don't want him to rush it. Fuck it. Make it all out. Give it a few weeks to build that. And, they've got to fill basically 2 pay-per-views in back-to-back weeks. Also, the storytelling and development that they've been doing with MJF and Adam Cole has been absolutely just chef's kiss. But I do want to see how they're going to take things as we get closer to All In. I really do like the fact that they've introduced secondary characters into this, people that will probably play a role. Roderick Strong, the Kingdom. Obviously, he's been aligned with all those guys in the past. So could it be them planting the seeds for an Adam Cole heel faction with all of them? Yes, please. More of that. But elsewhere, All In is building MJF and Adam Cole, FTR and Bucks, Sheeta, Tony Storm, Saraya and Britt. And then, of course, that coffin match, Sting and Darby versus Swerve and AR Fox.
We need CJ Perry, please.
Hey, dude, I'm down. I agree.
And as little clothes as possible.
Basically.
Miro Crush.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's jump right into our little last segment here with this Best in Show. Okay. Sin City Steve, best in show better be Raw. But let's see what you say. Go ahead.
Incorrect, sir. AEW Collision. And all that I'm going to say is this: when 1/4 of your entire show is taken up by one match, that match had better be good. Fortunately for AEW, that match was better than good. Like I said earlier, that match was fucking great. Seek out that trios title match and enjoy a half hour of great wrestling.
Okay. John, what would be your best in show this past week?
Actually, DJ, I'm gonna make you happy. I'm gonna go Monday Night Raw. For 3 hours, I was thoroughly sports entertained. Yes. But like I said, I will give a honorable mention to Collision because I'm with Steve on that one. The first episode was on fire. The second one was a miss to me, but episodes 3 and on for Collision have been like the AEW's best programming, and I can't wait to see it in Seattle and Salt Lake starting at the end of next month.
Okay. Rob, what was
I'm going to buck the trend and go with Dynamite. I'm going to go Dynamite for 2 reasons. I got a good match with the Lucha Brothers and Blackpool Combat Club, and I got a promo where a little kid flipped off MJF and he beat her ass with a dodgeball. That was just so good. She told
I slept with your mom,
and he goes, "Can I do it now?" And I love it. I could not have been more entertained. That's sports entertainment. That's sports entertainment. And they did it in 2 minutes. What took your Monday Night Raw 3 hours.
Oh, stop it. Okay. Oh boy.
Got my money's worth.
We've taken it easy on you so far, Impact. Come on.
Yeah, I guess so. Man, I mean, we finished all this pretty early. Let me just say this right quick, because I see we do, just to kill this a little bit more time. Are all of you guys excited to see where this Wembley show is coming together? Are you liking what you see? You think this is going to be really big and exciting for the company?
Without a doubt, man. They've already sold 80,000 tickets. WrestleTix posted a tweet, I'd say less than 2 hours ago, saying that they officially had cleared the 80,000 ticket mark. There are only 2,000 tickets on the resale market. So, they're not being bought up by resellers or scalpers or anything like that. They are being bought up by actual fans. So that's massive.
This way you don't see 20,000 empty seats and they have to do that camera pan where they go here,
absolutely,
and they go back around,
right
here, and then they go back like a sprinkler.
No, right. I think one thing, it's just great for pro wrestling in general. Like I said, if you are a fan of pro wrestling, it's going to be a great way to spend your Saturday morning. I say Saturday morning because the buy-in show starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time, as I learned by checking out the Bleacher Report app. So it will be fully live in England.
No, the buy-in, the 0 hour starts at 9 a.m. The pay-per-view starts at 10.
Oh, wow.
Bleacher Report did me wrong.
On Saturday. It's not Sunday. It's Saturday.
No, it's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
Okay, I thought you said Saturday.
Sunday.
Okay, Sunday. I thought you just said Saturday. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Can we stop doing these premium live events on a Saturday night? When did that become a thing?
Thank you.
What is that?
Well, why is that a problem?
When the UFC and Endeavor were the WWE and Endeavor were in cahoots.
No, Sunday was the guaranteed day. You're guaranteed off. It was always considered to be like the most prestigious day for sports, for football, for baseball. There was something prestigious about it. Saturday night feels rushed. It's just awkward. I guess I'm conditioned to wanting Sunday, but also it's that thing where you've got everybody, you've got everybody available to watch, and you make an event out of it. To me, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, those are Super Bowl days. Those are 3 Super Bowl days, and that should be on a Sunday.
Agreed.
Well, I don't know about that. I will agree and say WrestleMania should be a one night event. I will say that
300 million people attended over 2 nights.
Yeah.
What? Your math is a little sloppy there, Michael Cole.
Hey, stop it! Don't even go there. You don't want to talk about attendance and people who watch.
We're going to get 80,000, and then on the replays, it'll be 190,000 people.
Okay. And do you still think? Hold on. Oh, okay. There you go. I just see a comment here if you guys want to respond to that. But listen. There. The bottom line is that when it comes to the numbers, it's just no way that AEW can compete with what WWE does. Okay.
Were they ever trying to at first? They've always said they weren't trying to.
Well,
They're just a secondary company, right?
They were always saying, Cody was always.
Well, that's true. They are. Thank you, John. Thank you for reminding us.
Thank you, Triple H.
I know.
Hold on, I can do this. I can do. Hold on. Just block the AEW logo.
Oh man. All right. Well, I guess that would be it. We're gonna end this show. Well, everyone who's watching, make sure you jump back on because we got 3 good topics coming up. Next, you can kind of see on the scroll below. So we're going to discuss these and have a lot of fun. So if you are watching us live, make sure you jump back on. If you just downloaded it and listened to this on our podcast, thanks for downloading it. Most importantly, we want to thank Rob and John for being a part of Wrestling Talk this week. We should have the guys back next week unless they're still sick or something going on. So we'll see what happens. With that, we'll see you next time, and happy wrestling to you all.